This right here, what's this going to be? What's that? We're going to work with percent. Does anybody know what percent means? Does anybody know what cent means? As in like, you know, the coin, the penny, that's a cent. You know, which century are we in right now? 21st century? What does century mean? 100. So what do we think cent means? So percent basically means out of 100. Okay. So what we are going to basically do is we're going to translate a simple word problem into an algebra problem and solve and find percent. Okay. So remember that if I have a number like this, what would that equal in percent? If this were money, how many cents would this be? So if it's 56 cents, it's also going to be 56%. Okay. Basically, what some people teach is just, if you switch a regular number into percent, you just move the decimal over once, twice. Okay. So we're going to have stuff like this. And we're just going to start with this, and we're going to translate and tell you how to translate this into stuff. So 20 is what percent of 154? Or 150. Let's just do 150. Okay. So there's some things that you need to know about words. This word right here is an important word in math. Is the same thing as this sign right here. Anytime you see is, you're going to involve either an inequality or an equality. But of course, if it was an inequality, it would say is less than or something like that. So is kind of like a separating word in math. It is the verb of this particular sentence. So it is going to be equal. Of, surprisingly or not, means multiply. Okay. So anytime I see a sentence like this, I'm going to look for my keywords here. And that keyword is, and that keyword is of. And we're not going to make these into big stories. So it's not going to be a big story problem. It's just going to be a translating words into a problem. Because that's what statistics is all about, is taking a real world problem and simplifying it with math. So we're not quite there yet, because this is in a pre-skill that you should have been working on for several years. And it's probably something you might have missed last year, due to the, that pandemic that's still ongoing. All right, so I'm going to translate this down. 20 is what percent? Well, I got a question. I don't know the answer. So what am I going to say? I think the answer is a variable. So I'm going to put P because it's asking for percent. Of, that means multiply. So I could put a multiply if I wanted to. 150. Okay. And when I say that this is something you might have done in 8th grade or 7th grade, this is a one-step equation at this point, yes? So what am I going to divide both sides by? 150. Right? And why is it 150 that I'm dividing both sides by? It's because it's on the side of the P. I want to get the P by itself because I want to know, ultimately I want to know what percent. So this is my question that I want to know. And is this going to be a decimal? Yeah, it's going to. So 20 divided by 150 is?
0.133.
We're probably going to round. I don't want to do all that. So basically, P is going to equal 0.133. And that's good enough. All right. That's what P equals, but I don't want to know what P equals. I want to know what the percent is. So now I have to convert this into a percent. So the percent is going to be what? 1, 2. It's going to be 13.3%. Okay. I'm going to help you on your worksheet on this. Okay. I'm going to do a different style of problem here. And so here's my next problem. Because I want you to get one example of each style of problem. 93%. No, let's do 75%. I don't want to do exactly what's on your worksheet. Of 20 is what? Well, I need to translate this into stuff, but I know everything I need to know already of what to do. First of all, 75%, I want to change into a decimal, a number I can use. So this is going to change into 3/4, right? So this is going to change into 0.75, right? What does of change into? Times, right? 20 is fine. I like 20. What does is change into? And what should I put for what? Or in. It could be in. It could be any variable, right? I just like to use x because what do we normally find in algebra? What x is, right? Okay, it doesn't look like algebra at all. What do I just need to do here? Is that calculator all calculator? What is it, 15? All right. Well, that one wasn't too hard. All right, there's a third type, and then I'm going to let you kind of work on this thing. So here comes the third type. Okay, 125% of what is 60. Okay, let's translate this again. What does 125% turn into? If you have 125 pennies, how much money you have? You have $1.25, right?
Yeah.
Okay, some people do the counting thing. I just think about pennies. Not that you really can buy things with pennies nowadays. We used to be able to buy gum for 3 cents. That was nice. But not like the good gum that you guys get. Just like those little pink gum, like big old wads of pink gum. I don't even know if that exists anymore. I don't write of. What do I write instead of? Just a time symbol. And what I'm going to put as an X. And is going to be an equals. And 60 is going to be 60. All right. This is ugly, so I'm going to rewrite it. So what do I need to do to both sides? Okay, and this would be what? 60 divided by 48. You can't see it, but that's what it is.